The Galactic Council had always been thorough in their assessments. For 3 millennia, they had cataloged every sentient species across 47 galaxies, ranking them by threat level, technological advancement, and military capability. Humanity, discovered in the year 2247, had been given the lowest possible classification, Level 1, Harmless. Commander Melissa Chen stood on the observation deck of the UNSC Defiance, watching the swirling purple nebula outside with practiced calm. Her reflection in the reinforced glass showed a woman in her mid-30s, sharp-eyed and composed with the kind of stillness that came from years of combat experience. Behind her, the bridge crew worked in quiet efficiency, monitoring the diplomatic mission that was about to go catastrophically wrong. "Commander, the Vraxian fleet is moving into position," Lieutenant Liam Foster reported, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. 12 dreadnoughts, 40 cruisers, and what looks like a planet-killer-class vessel. Melissa turned from the viewport, her expression unchanged. "They're making a statement." "A hell of a statement," Liam muttered. He was younger than Melissa by nearly a decade, but he'd seen enough action in the Outer Rim conflicts to know when someone was picking a fight. "All this because we refused to surrender the Kepler colonies." "All this because they think we're harmless," Melissa corrected. The Vraxian Empire controlled 17 star systems and had subjugated dozens of species. They were ranked Level 8 on the Galactic Council's threat assessment, apex predators in a universe full of prey. When humanity had politely declined their offer to become a protectorate, the Vraxians had been insulted. When humanity had refused again, the Vraxians had been amused. Now they were simply annoyed. The communication panel flared to life, and the holographic image of Warlord Krathzar materialized above the bridge. He was massive even for a Vraxian. 3 meters of scaled muscle, 4 arms, and a mouth full of serrated teeth that could tear through combat armor. "Humans," Krathzar's voice rumbled through the translation matrix, "you have exhausted our patience. Your species has been evaluated. You possess no natural weapons, no enhanced strength, no biological advantages. You are soft, weak, short-lived creatures who stumbled into space through luck rather than merit." Melissa clasped her hands behind her back. "Is there a point to this speech, Warlord, or are you just fond of hearing yourself talk?" Krathzar's eyes narrowed. "The point, Commander, is that you will surrender the Kepler colonies within 1 solar cycle, or we will take them. And then we will take Earth. Your council designation protects you no longer. We challenge humanity's right to exist as an independent species." The connection severed. Liam looked up from his console. "Commander, they're charging weapons. All ships. Battle stations," Melissa said quietly, "and transmit a priority message to Earth. Tell them the Vraxians just made the biggest mistake in their empire's history." "What should I tell Fleet Command?" Liam asked. Melissa's smile was cold. "Tell them humanity is no longer hiding what we are." The Galactic Council had made one critical error in their assessment of humanity. They had ranked species based on natural biological advantages: claws, armor, venom, size, strength. By those metrics, humans were indeed harmless. Soft skin, blunt teeth, average strength, vulnerable to extremes. What the Council had failed to measure was adaptability, creativity, the relentless, terrifying human capacity for problem-solving through violence. Humanity didn't have claws, so they invented weapons that could crack planets. They didn't have armor, so they built ships that could withstand supernova-level explosions. They didn't have venom, so they created biological agents that could sterilize entire biospheres. And when they were pushed, when they were threatened, humans didn't just fight back, they evolved the art of war itself. The Defiance moved first. Melissa's ship was one of humanity's diplomatic vessels, which meant the Vraxians expected minimal armament. What they got instead was a demonstration of why humans had never shown their full military capacity to the galaxy. "Engage Protocol Ragnarok," Melissa ordered. The Defiance split apart. What had appeared to be a single cruiser was actually 17 modular combat platforms, each carrying enough firepower to level a small moon. They scattered like a school of fish, moving in patterns that defied Vraxian tactical computers. Liam's fingers flew across his console, coordinating the swarm attack. Quantum missiles locked, plasma lances charged, initiating gravity well generators. The Vraxian fleet tried to respond, but they were fighting a war they didn't understand. Human combat doctrine wasn't about glory or honor. It was about winning through any means necessary. missile swarms that thought for themselves, energy weapons that bent spacetime, drones that learned and adapted in real time. Within 17 minutes, the Vraxian flagship was drifting, its hull breached in 43 locations. Within 40 minutes, half their fleet was debris. Within an hour, Warlord Krathzar was desperately trying to open a communication channel. Melissa let it ring for a full minute before accepting. Krathzar's hologram flickered, showing extensive damage to his command center. Commander Chen, we surrender. We acknowledge humanity's strength. Please cease fire. Oh, Warlord, Melissa said softly. We're just getting started. The UNSC Earth fleet arrived 6 hours later, not to reinforce, but to occupy. Humanity had been preparing for this moment since first contact with the Galactic Council. Every diplomatic smile, every peaceful negotiation, every humble acceptance of their harmless designation had been a carefully crafted deception. Liam watched the occupation forces move into position around the 3 nearest Vraxian colony worlds. Commander, Earth Fleet is requesting permission to begin Phase 2. Granted, Melissa said. And Liam? Update our Galactic Council designation. What should I put? He asked. Melissa turned back to the viewport, watching as humanity's true fleet emerged from quantum space. Thousands of ships, each one a masterpiece of destructive capability. Level 10, she said, and add a note. Any species that challenges us pays with planets. The Vraxian Empire lost 4 worlds that day. The Galactic Council received humanity's updated files and immediately convened an emergency session. Across 47 galaxies, species that had dismissed humanity as harmless prey suddenly realized they were sharing the universe with apex predators who had simply chosen not to show their teeth. Until now. Melissa Chen smiled as Earth Fleet moved into formation. Humanity had been underestimated for the last time. From this day forward, the galaxy would remember, humans weren't harmless. They were patient, and there was nothing more dangerous than a predator with patience.